Respected Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Vijay D. Vatia, Executive Secretary ISD, Professor Rahul Banerjee, Director LNMIT, and all participants. Warm welcomes to these valedictory sessions. Thank you very much, Professor Vaidya, giving us this opportunity to organize this event. Professor Vijay Vaidya has obtained his BTech degree in Civil Engineering from Karnataka Regional Engineering College, Suratkal. Earlier, now currently it is known as NIT Suratkal. He completed his BTech degree in 1981. He worked in the field with MS AFC1 Mumbai at different sites in Karnataka, AP Goa, AP, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, etc. And also work with design from and did structural designing for different types of structures like residential, commercial, industrial, and public buildings. Professor Vaidya has worked in administration in Directorate of Technical Education Mumbai as Assistant Director, worked as Deputy Secretary in Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education Mumbai, which deals with diploma education in Maharashtra. The Center for Cryptography, Cybersecurity and Digital Forensic LNMIT Jaipur conducted 1 week faculty development program on blockchain technology from 7th December 2020 to 12th December 2020. This was an AICTE IST induction refresher program. Due to COVID pandemic, we decided to organize this FDP in 2 phases. The one that we organized in virtual mode on the theme blockchain technology, other that we have planned organized face-to-face mode on cybersecurity and digital forensic next incoming year, that means in 2021. The objective of this faculty development program was to introduce the participant on blockchain technology on both theory and hands-on. There were 69 participants across the country from different technical institutions and universities. There were 15 sessions delivered by many eminent speakers and scientists from IITs, triple IITs, and R&D organizations such as IBM Research, TCS Technological Innovation Center. Creation and dissemination of knowledge through research is one of the core functions of higher education institutions. Apart from generating new knowledge, engineering and technology institutions have the responsibility of developing technology useful for mankind. Blockchain technology is a scientific discipline as well as technology frontier with immense applications in various areas such as healthcare system, industrial IoT, 5G, and many more. This FDP proved to be an eye-opening sessions for beginner and middle-level researchers and also aimed at importing the skills required to handle different tools and technology that are useful during the entire process of research and scholarly communications. This FDP intend to orient participants towards developing their own research plan, paying due attention to every stage of research. There were high level of discussions of Nakamoto Bitcoins, Bitcoin mining, cryptocurrency, blockchain programming, Solidity, Ethereum, the idea of distributed ledger, hyperledger, multi-chain, privacy and permission in multi-chain, mining in multi-chain, blockchain for secure lock, and some more on security and privacy issues in blockchain. We hope overall this FDP serves to be grand platforms for faculty members and researchers to upgrade their knowledge of blockchain technology. Thank you all participants. I request to Director Professor Banerjee say a few words to the participants.
Very good afternoon to each one of you. We are extremely thankful that all resource people and all the participants made the efforts of the organizing team worthwhile. While resource persons did add and bring with them a lot of domain knowledge, it was participants who made it all useful and probably helped generate new ideas both in their minds and in the minds of people they did interact with. Given the description that we just went through and the description that was also shared before the start of the program, the amount of effort which went into planning and organizing this and getting good resource people for this needs to be well appreciated. And I must also thank the sponsoring bodies of All India Council for Technical Education and Indian Society for Technical Education for helping us put together this piece of work as a two-part workshop, one focusing on the blockchain technology and the other one on other aspects of cybersecurity and digital forensics per se. The three different research areas which are the basis on the basis of which this specific virtual center was created for encouraging multidisciplinary research and technology which could benefit from application of these three basic pillars of today's security scenario, irrespective of the discipline where they could be applied to. I believe that the feedback that we will receive from all the participants, plus certain issues that we may have faced and they may have faced in knowledge about this, will probably help us organize this even better and in more smoother way than what we could probably. Technology enables, technology also challenges. We saw that while we were waiting for one specific camera device to work. But then these are little challenges. As long as the overall effect is good, I believe we all enjoy. We will learn from the feedback that we would receive from the participants and hope that overall their experience might have been good, but we would like to hear more from them as and when possible. They could probably share through the form that would have been shared with them for sharing their feedback. I believe they will also be made available the YouTube video recordings which will be shared with them alongside the presentations at appropriate point in time by the organizing team. And they might probably be also encouraged to have certain discussion fora which would be connected to this workshop theme but would not end there. They might lead to possibility of some collaboration between different faculty members joining from different organizations who might want to consider using the theme of the workshop but may not be limited to that with the LNMIT Center for Cryptography, Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics and work with its scholars and faculty. I believe Professor Vaidya joining us probably would enable us to hear his views. Yes, yes. He brings rich experience from administration as well as from academia. Being a structural engineering expert, that's what I could get from his biodata, which part of which was being read out. I believe that he would probably be able to let us see some points that would help us in taking the applications, probably even in his domain of work, if that would interest him. So I believe that we would like to wait and hear Professor Vaidya. Thank you very much.
Hello.
I request Professor Vaidya kindly say a few words to all the participants.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I apologize for the inconvenience caused due to delay in joining. There was some technical problem with my laptop for joining, and even the same problem is continued, that is audio is not available. But I request you to bear with this, and I'm sure you'll bear with me. So first of all, I congratulate Jay Prakash Kar sir and Anil sir for organizing selecting such a hot topic and organizing it in the best possible manner. Then another person who is involved, as per my knowledge, is Sweta Bhandari. She is also coordinator. Then Shakti Balan sir. So really, I appreciate efforts taken by you and your team. I think this is this is the only program in this schedule, or maybe one or two programs more may be there about blockchain technology. Means it is expected that the institute should go in emerging areas, and most of the institutes have gone in the artificial intelligence, then some have gone in IoT, cloud computing, and all. But I think this is the only institute, as far as my knowledge is concerned, who has opted for this blockchain technology. And I understand the efforts because blockchain technology very means technology is not yet common, and I think you might have faced a lot of problems for getting the experts for this program. Because when you are organizing this type of program and when it is online, it is possible to get resource persons from eminent institutes, eminent organizations. But thing is that we have to search them and we have to contact them, and that is not an easy job. So for others, it's okay. For other topics like IoT or that artificial intelligence and robotics, people are available easily. So I appreciate you all the efforts taken by you. And this one thing is common, that technology is changing day by day. So whatever technology is there today, it is going to become obsolete tomorrow. Now, as a teacher, our duty is that we must keep in pace with the technology. See, as I am concerned, I passed out in 1981. So that time, computers we heard something about computer, but we didn't see the computer also. That was the condition. And so after that, when I joined different organizations and ultimately I joined government organization, I was sure that once I joined this organization, I will be there for up to my retirement. And unless and until I do some fraud or something like that, there will not be any problem for my job. And fully I can retire from the job, and ultimately I will get pension and all. So that was the situation. But now if you consider the present situation, the scene is very critical. See, the things are changing every day. So even people are not sure about whether their job will continue tomorrow or not. So if this is the condition with all the people working in different areas, so what about our students? Because their first thing is they have to search the job, they have to get the job, and then they have to continue in the system. So now it is our duty to develop our students in that direction. So for that, it is very much essential, because in our system, generally except autonomous institutes, it is very difficult to have modifications in relation to the existing new technologies in curriculum, because it takes time and there are a lot of procedures are there. Even once the syllabus is formed, you cannot change it for 3 years or something like that. Various norms are there. So here in that case, if that is the case, our students must be ready for future technology. And here the role of teacher comes. That is, if now, as far as I am concerned, I don't say that the teacher who completes his curriculum very nicely and who gets his best result is a good teacher. I say okay, he is a good teacher, but he is not a best teacher. Even though students appreciate him, because as far as I am concerned, I feel the teacher who is having knowledge of latest technologies and who is giving that knowledge to the students in addition to the regular knowledge, and who is expecting something from them and using different methods, innovative techniques, he is extracting from them. And that kind of teacher, I call him as a best teacher. So it is the need of the today that everyone should become a best teacher. If you consider the present scenario, we come across in everywhere that there is unemployment problem with the engineers. That is a common problem, and that is affecting our admissions in our colleges also. So there are a lot of things have been discussed about it. Many people, or even everyone, has thought in different direction and has come out with certain conclusions. But as far as I am concerned, I feel that this unemployment problem, the major reason for this is that the demand and supply. Now the demand is less and supply is more. So if that is the case, This is the challenge which we have to face. If you consider the statistical information, it is observed that around 20 to 30% graduates who are coming out, they are not getting jobs, means not getting the job in their domain. They may be getting some sort of job or something like that, or they may be doing something, but not in their respective domain. And whatever remaining they get, 60-70%, they are not being paid as per their technical level or educational level. So this is the situation, and if you want to improve it, we have to make our students future ready. So unless and until we don't make them, we have to make it, and that is possible only with the help of teachers. But when we say that teachers should give give knowledge about the new technologies, new developments and all, but the problem is that teacher must be given some training. Unless and until they are not exposed to something else, they cannot give. So that is why this the AICT, IST programs, they come into picture. These programs are designed with the intention that the faculty should be trained in emerging areas so that they can pass on that training to their students. And I am very happy to see that the whatever outcome we expected is being achieved in this program. So really, I appreciate all of you for your great efforts, and you are having cyber security. It is just like a sale, I think. So for one thing, I will tell you, similarly to this program, a new notification of AICT has already have come. I think you might have seen it. That is for 21-22, and in that these same programs, that is AICT, IST program, they are there. So you can apply for those programs, and I appeal you that you are having expertise in cyber security and all. So you just next program whenever you are trying, means for if you apply for the next program in the next year, you apply for cyber security, and that is having a good scope, wide scope. And even I will tell you, we will have an interaction with each other, and I will ask some other institutes for this program, and you can direct your faculty, or you can give your assistance from your faculty for those programs. So that it will be a good thing as far as cyber security is concerned, and which is a high the topic in high demand, and where the experts are very less. So I feel you can apply for that program, and I appeal all the participants to they can think of applying. That is available on our AICT website as well as our website, IST website, and the last date for application is 20th December. Another thing, one announcement I want to make is that considering the emerging trends and all, and the necessity of giving trainings to faculty, IST has signed MOU with BNY Mellon, a multinational company, and under that MOU, we are going to train the teachers in the areas of artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, cloud computing, etc. So the purpose and procedure for that is every institute who is interested in participating in that activity has to nominate 2 faculty members. Institute has to nominate. Faculty interest we are not going to consider. The institute has to nominate 2 persons, 2 faculty members whom they feel appropriate. There is reason for that, I'll tell you. And after getting all those names, we'll have a screening test on a national level basis. So those who qualify in the training, the screening test will be given training for 120 hours with 2 hours per day. So vigorous training will be given in these areas, emerging areas, and after completion of training, one test will be there, and those participants who successfully complete the test, they will be awarded certification. And it is mandatory for all participants that they have to train at least 100 students in their organization, because that is why we are insisting that institute should recommend their names. So those persons who become expert in these areas, with help of them, institute can organize training programs for their own students, as well as they can organize trainings for other outsiders also, depending upon the situation. So the main aim behind this is train the trainer. So that is the concept behind this, and that we are going, means that is already started. So that notification of this BNY Mellon will shortly come on our website, and you can institute can apply. So I appeal all the participants that you give this information to your principal and your management, and you do participate in this, and you will have a good opportunity. Because as a teacher, even though we are say, a teacher, we are having good job, but to survive and to develop, it is essential that we must increase or we must be in pace with the latest technology. So this is a good opportunity provided by IST. So I request or appeal all the participants to have the advantage of this. In addition, there are a lot of activities we are conducting at IST level, that National Convention, National Student Convention, National Faculty Convention. We are giving different types of awards. So all those things are common. And in addition, we are having some few online initiatives. And I feel that even though once the COVID pandemic goes, but the use of this online technique will continuously or it will pursue, because it is the most advantageous. And see that you might have realized that you have invited eminent personalities from different institutes, IITs, NITs, and different organizations, and it was possible for them only due to this online program. If you would have called them physically, I think hardly 10% of them would have joined it, because everyone is busy uh, with his schedule and all. So it is very difficult for these people to find the time. So that is the thinking. So this thing will continue, and IST is going to do a lot of things in this way. So I appeal all the participants that if you are not a member, you become a member of IST, and that will give you a good scope in future. And other thing is that we have a different concept of student chapter. If your student chapter is there, you make it active, so that with the help of student chapter, you can have these developments for students. And even there are a lot of advantages for students. So I think it is not the time to give you in detail. It is available on our website. And for those who want any information, they can contact me. So once again, at the end, I appreciate all the coordinator, um, Jayaprakash sir, Dr. Rahul Banerjee sir, the director of this institute, Shakti Balan sir, and Shweta Bhandari madam for organizing such a nice program. And I think you are having good knowledge in this area. So I feel it is better that we will be in touch with each other, so we can do something for the betterment of technician education. And fortunately, we are having very good interaction with AICTE, and that credit goes to all institutes who are conducting these programs, because AICTE also they have appreciated the efforts taken by coordinators, specifically Colonel Venkat, who is looking after this activity. He is the director of FDP and one of the busiest person in AICTE. But since he is from military origin, he doesn't look at his watch. So since early morning to till end, even on Saturdays, he is also in the office for doing work, and he has appreciated the work done by IST in coordination with all these institutes. So there is good scope for different activities, and I am sure we can do something for the betterment of technician education, and we'll be in touch with each other, and we'll do something with this. Once again, I'm very much thankful for giving me this an opportunity to interact with you all people, and this relation will continue forever. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very kind words and suggestions and good advice. Definitely, we will follow. I request to Dr. Shweta Bhandari her vote of thanks.
In between, if I may simply inform Professor Vaidya that LNMIT does also have a center on machine learning and big data analytics, which is also supported now by a supercomputing class machine that we have recently acquired to boost up research.
So we can think of organizing training in that relation, in that area, in coordination with you. No, sir. If you take interest, sir, we can think of organizing training for students as well as faculty in this area. So we can have interaction in this regard.
Sure.
मैम आपका अनम्यूट कीजिए, मैम अनम्यूट कीजिए माइक।
Good afternoon, everyone. So we have reached the end of this beautiful event. Today, I, Shweta Bhandari, Assistant Professor at LNM IIT, take the opportunity to put my gratitude into words. First of all, I would like to thank Almighty God for making this event a great success. On behalf of the Center of Cryptography, Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics and all the organizers, I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to the Honorable Chief Guest, Executive Secretary of ISTE, Professor Vijay V. Vaidya, for your presence in the function. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your inspiring and motivating words. I would also like to thank Colonel B. Venkat, Director, Faculty Development Cell, AICTE. You both are exemplary person and we have a lot to learn from you, sir. I would also like to thank AICTE and ISTE for sponsoring this event and having trust in LNM-IIT. Wholeheartedly, I must thank you, our director, Professor Rahul Banerjee, for his support and guidance for organizing such an event. Thank you so much, sir, for assisting and encouraging all of us. We have been fortunate enough to get the support from all the faculties, exam controller staff, lab staff for making this function a successful one. I thank all the participants for their presence in the event. Everyone is very supportive and cooperative. Thank you all for showing your trust in us. My special thanks to Mr. Mukesh Sharma, System Administrator, for continuous technical support, not only to us, but also to our eminent speaker. Mukeshji, without you, we cannot run this online program in a smooth. Ms. Shivangi Singh, Junior Technical Superintendent, for her hard work and all-time availability. Shivangi, you provided a great support to all the organizing committee members. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Shivam Maheshwari, for providing all the logistic support. Thank you to all the students who are involved in designing the brochures, posters, and website for the event. Heartfelt congratulations to organizing team and all the volunteers for your hard work, which has made this FDP a memorable one for all of us. Thank you all for working very closely to mark this FDP with success.